Hey, what's going on, everyone? This is Mike Kollin at MikeKollin.com. Let me know how I can help you. So today's video is going to be about healing work, mostly the energy healing work I do. Not only am I certified in NLP, Ericksonian hypnosis, timeline therapy, HNLP, and a few other psychology and newer forms of healing, I'm also certified in Reiki, Huna, and pranic healing. So I'm going to share something a little bit about my healing. I actually had to have someone do some healing work on me because of surgery that I just had 6 weeks ago. Before that though, I want to start here because we are in spring, flowers are blooming, and people's allergies are taking off right now. Now you might want to ask, how did a Christian guy who is a devout Christian get involved in energy healing? God has his ways. Now, when my entire life I didn't believe in allergies, I thought they were all psychological. And my brother-in-law, he had allergies really bad. And I tried to explain, like, hey, this is when I was involved in NLP and getting certified in Ericksonian hypnosis, timeline therapy. And it's also, they say the same thing, like, hey, allergies really are in your mind. So we have techniques to use to heal people of allergies. Now, here's the thing. He came over one day, and I don't even remember why he came over, but when he was leaving, out of the blue, he screams at me, "You're going to get allergies. You're going to get all kinds of allergies." And I'm like, "Why would you say that?" And he kept going on and on and on. And I thought, God, I go, dude, that is a horrible thing to wish upon someone. The next morning, I woke up sneezing to everything. So this was really bad, and what ended up happening is I got allergic to seasonal allergies around the year. Like where I live now, we have 2 seasonal allergies in the late fall and winter time. One is like I can't remember the name of the plant, but then there's another one. It's like not a fungus, but I can't remember the name. It might come to me later, but it's because of the moisture, begins mold. It's like a mold allergy. So I had allergies to plants, to flowers, to this, to that, to dogs, and I was like, what? Like all of a sudden I was allergic to everything on an extreme level. So this went on and on. So I went to an NLP practitioner, hypnosis. I did this, I did that, I did timeline therapy. And then I went to an acupuncturist who hooked up needles and then hooked up the electrodes to it, like all around your nose and your forehead and your sinuses, and they would like do these electrical impulses, and it would sting so bad. It was really bad. My eyes are watering. Basically, I'm crying, and my girlfriend's like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, it was really bad. And I went back about 5 times or 6 or 7 times, and it didn't do anything at all except hurt. So I tried a couple other things, and I eventually saw this ad for an energy heal. I kept seeing it over and over and over, so I said, you know what, I'm going to call this person and tell her what's going on. Instant, immediate relief after the first session. Well, it did come back. She said, well, it's going to take time. We're going to have to work through this. I was like, okay. So because I got so much relief, at least for a few days, I thought, okay, something's working here. This is awesome. So I kept going to her. Well, this is what really got me involved in energy healing. I was like, wow, this is incredible. So it didn't go away right away. So I had to go back 3, 4, 5, 6 times, something like that. And I got better. But then about a month later, it would come up again, and she's like, this is a different allergy. I'm like, well, what are you talking about? And sure enough, we would work on that for a while, and that would go, well, here's the deal. Then all of a sudden, like, fall came, and then boom, there was a new allergy. And what I did, I started Googling. Someone would say, hey, you should Google like pollen and something and how high they are. And sure enough, whenever it would get really crazy, I'd Google it, like, yep, it's really high. Well, as the year went through, as you got to winter, there was I can't think of the name of the plant right now, but it's where I live. There's this plant, it grows, and it's a weird, kind of a really weird name. Unless you live here, you probably wouldn't know it. So when I thought it was all gone, a few months later during the winter, this came up and I was like, oh man, what the hell is this? And sure enough, we worked on it for a while and all of a sudden it was gone. So whatever my brother-in-law did, it gave me everything. I'm going to tell you, there is such thing as a transference of energy for sure, 100%. I've been very aware of it. It's happened to me, and this is one of those instances. So this is what got me really, really involved in energy healing. Now, over the years, the decades, I should say, I have worked with people with allergy problems who have never had any real relief and actual results. They've taken medication, over-the-counter stuff from their doctor, and they've just done that and drugged themselves up for years, decades. Allergies are healed through energy healing. We have to get rid of this band-aid mentality of, oh, okay, it's allergy season. Go down to your drugstore and get the drugs and get the medication and get the pills and the whatever. A lot of people don't realize, like, oh, you can get rid of that. There's a lot of, okay, here's another one. I had psoriasis. I used to live with my uncle. He had really bad psoriasis. I never even heard of it, didn't know what it was. Sure enough, a few years later, I started getting psoriasis. And I'm like, well, why am I getting it? Now, being an empath, we take on other people's energies. This is why you have to learn how to ground yourself and ground your energy. Otherwise, you take on other people's energy, especially if you're a sensitive person. So yes, I teach a series of grounding techniques, and I use my energy to guide your energy and how to ground yourself. Now, here's the deal. You will have a profound physical shift. You'll feel it. You'll be like, wow, this feels great. You will have a shift that is not kind of noticeable, but very noticeable. So for today, number one, the message is, if you need healing from allergies, since we're in allergy season, get a hold of me. If you need healing from cancer, I've healed 2 people who were completely written off by the doctors. There's nothing else we can do. We've done all the medication. We've done all the whatever. And they told them, say goodbye to your friends, throw a party, a goodbye party, etc., etc. They were sent to me last minute by people who knew them that knew me, and they're completely healed of it. Now, I put a lot of stuff, I may change it eventually, but I put a lot of videos of people who have been healed from spinal injuries, back injuries, all kinds of stuff on my homepage. Go to the video testimonials, find them on there, and also there's 2 different testimonial pages you can find. And listen to what they have to say about my work. Okay, part 2. Now, I don't know why I never thought of this, but I'm going to share something that happened. Even though I've had client after client after client tell me this about the pain relief they feel whenever I do an energy healing on them. Now, I'm going to talk about the pain relief, massive pain relief I got from my surgery. It was so bad the 6th day that I reached out for help desperately from someone I know who's really good at energy healing. Now, this is Mary. She did a testimonial on my website. Let me pull it up real quick. She used to comment a lot on this channel when I was talking about narcissist abuse, so some of you might actually know or remember Mary Patterson. So here was the testimonial. Mary had broken her back in 2 different places. And here's what she wrote. I'm just going to read it off. She was in the hospital. It was a massive pain. She wrote, broken back, suffering the worst pain of my life. Compression fractures L1 and L3. Suffering from the worst pain of my life. I called 911 for an ambulance. The ER x-ray on 329 showed 2 compression fractures, L1 and I got to pull that over. Sorry. And L3. I feel like I will die if I go home. The pain was so bad. I'm not eating or drinking and can't take care of myself. It was extremely painful to sit and excruciating to urinate. Then I was transferred to rehab on 4/4. It was shortly after that you helped me, and shortly after the energy healing session that I noticed as I sat up in bed, it hardly hurt at all. 5 exclamation marks. And for the first time, I could actually sit on the toilet, which started a chain reaction of positive feelings of hope. So this is a major turning point of getting my strength back. I also think that you really helped me with the number 2 situation, if you know what I mean. I have dry eyes and didn't have my drops with me, but that got better. I'm amazed you picked up. So in the email I sent her, I said, hey, I noticed your eyes were very dry and blah, 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 blah. So I did some work on that. So here's what she wrote in response. She said, I have dry eyes and didn't have my drops with me, but that got better. I'm amazed you picked up on my eyes and shoulders without me telling you anything about them, which were stressed from trying to support my weight on the walker. So I also did work on her shoulders, and I sent her an email like, hey, I noticed there's something going on with your shoulders, a lot of pain, blah, blah, blah. And she was amazed that I picked up on it, okay? So this is without her telling me this. So then she goes on, I can see how all the other things you did were at play, increasing my well-being. I am so fascinated with what you do, and I'm so thankful. I'm so grateful for your help, Mike. You are an expert guide in this new inner world we all need to go to and learn how to maneuver. No one is like you on YouTube. So with Mary, that was after the first session. So I did 2 follow-up sessions. Now there's some more videos, I believe 2 of Rick and his wife, where Rick was in 2 separate accidents and damaged his hip and his lower back. And the doctors couldn't fix it. Nothing they did. He went to chiropractors. He went to all these new age therapists, did everything for years. Nothing worked. And he had been out of work, if I remember right, it was either 3 years or 5 years. All I did was 3 sessions on Rick, and he was completely back to work. I think it was within 30 days, if I remember right. He does physical hard labor, and he was back to doing physical labor again. Now, where I found Mary's testimonial, you can go to my website, mikekollin.com, and under healing, I clicked on energy healing, and there's a bunch of testimonials down there. And let's see if I got some video. Yeah, I've got Rick and his wife are in there too. I've got a bunch, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4 videos. Sorry, I thought there was a 5th one, from people that talk about my energy healing work. What I may do is start uploading some of these videos of these people doing actual live video testimonials about the energy healing work I've done with them. I should say re-upload, because I've uploaded them like a year, 2, 3, 4 years ago. So now, this is kind of a funny thing, at least for me. Like, wow, like why didn't I think of this before? And this is what this video is really all about. So I had surgery 6 weeks ago, almost to the day, and the surgery was unbelievably painful. I could not, the pain pills were not doing nothing, and I mean nothing. And that's not normal for me, because I'm really sensitive to drugs and medication and stuff. So usually I have to take lower doses to deal with it, because like medication really amplifies in my system. So after the 6th day, I called my doctor. I said, hey, there's got to be something else, please. And I hadn't slept in 5 days. I was just begging for help. Well, try ibuprofen. I'm like, ibuprofen? Really? And he just goes, Michael, I don't know what else to tell you. He goes, ice it down. I'm like, I'm past icing. This is not working. So out of the blue, I contacted someone who had done the energy healing with me for the allergies, and I said, I need help with this right now. Please, I'm begging you. Boom, within an hour, she saw the email. Instant freaking relief. When I say instant, I don't mean 50%. I don't mean 60. I mean like 90%. I mean more than 90%. It was gone. Now, about 18 hours later, it started coming back. So I sent another emergency email. Please, it's starting to come, because I did not want it to get to that level. She caught it again within 45 minutes to an hour. Boom, instant relief. And I slept like a baby for 2 nights in a row for the first time in over, I think at that point, what's that, 8 days or something like that. Now, because my energy was more grounded, because that's one thing we do. We will ground your energy. So when you work with me, you'll notice, like, God, I feel really calm and really peaceful. Really, you feel solid. That's something you'll notice, because when I work with your energy, I ground your energy. Now, so since my energy was grounded, I was clear-headed for the first time since the surgery. That night, the pain started coming back, and I could do the energy healing on my own. And that's what finally got it to the place where I could deal with the pain, and the medication was fine. Now, I was supposed to take 4 to 6 pills a day. I was taking one pill at night. That's it. And this was only about, I think at that point it was probably 8 days or 9 days after surgery, and I had all these pills that were supposed to last me for over a month. And then I was supposed to get another bottle after that. So I remembered Mary's testimony. I went and reread it. I was like, God, how did I not notice this? And Rick said the same thing. He said the pain was the relief from the pain was unbelievable. Now at the time, my intention wasn't necessarily just for the pain. It was to actually heal these people so they could get back to living their life, so their bodies would be healed. I've heard people tell me this all the time. Oh God, the pain relief was amazing. Thank you so much. And yet, for myself, I never thought not only to have work done on me when I have pain, but I never thought to advertise pain relief from surgery, from injuries, etc., etc. So if you have allergies, cancer, psoriasis, physical pain from surgery, from injuries that haven't gone away, get a hold of me. Go to mike@mikekollin.com. You can also call me at 415-235-2512. That's my cell phone. For a lot of people, when they actually begin to have physical healing experiences that literally heal whatever their issues are, it brings a sense of emotional and spiritual relief. I know it did for me. So suddenly this whole thing, like, is Jesus real? Did he really walk on water? Did he really heal people? And all of a sudden I healed cancer on my face. I've healed all kinds of these little bumps I had under my eyes. I've healed other people. All of a sudden you're like, this is real. You find an inner peace when you have that experience. Believe it or not, but the stresses of life really are an illusion that you can overcome. You can shift that just by having real life experiences. Here's the thing, believe it or not, but the easiest thing that I've ever healed is cancer. You would think, well, that'd be the hardest thing. No, it was the funniest thing. It's like 3 sessions. I thought, God, that's so easy. It's one of the easiest things to heal. You can absolutely heal from cancer. You can heal from cancer, psoriasis, allergies. There's massive pain relief. And that's one thing I'm going to start pushing. If anyone knows how I can get into like a hospital or surgeon thing where I can work with the patients immediately after they have their surgery to relieve them of the pain to where we can get it to where it's manageable, let me know how to get involved in something like that. With my background in NLP, timeline therapy, Ericksonian hypnosis, communication, personal development, energy healing, Reiki, Huna, pranic healing, you absolutely can change your life. You can heal, you can learn to love yourself, and you can learn how to thrive in life. That's it, guys. Go to mikekollin.com. Remember, click subscribe, click the like button, go ahead and make a comment, and as always, you can go ahead and make a donation. There's a PayPal link right there in the description box. This is Mike Kollin. Let me know what I can do to help you.